Hi, kids! Have you ever read a story about a boy who was born without legs and arms, and his body was round as a coconut? But when he grows up, he becomes a mandarin and marries a beautiful wife? This is a Vietnamese fairy tale. Now let's listen to this story. Hi, my body was as round as a coconut, so my mom calls me Coconut. The rich man is a landlord who owns a large estate. The third daughter of the rich man, who later becomes Coconut's wife, is called Daisy. Coconut's mom. The first daughter of the rich man. The second daughter of the rich man. Once upon a time, there lived a poor farm couple who worked for a rich man's family. They were very hardworking and kind, but they didn't have any children, even though they were over 50 years old.
Hurry up! You have to work quickly! Yes, sir. We try our best.
Yes, sir. We try our best. One day, the wife went to the forest to collect firewood. It was a sunny day, and she was so thirsty that she drank some rainwater from a coconut shell under the tree. She then became pregnant. Wow, the water is so pure and cool. Her husband passed away not long after that. She gave birth to a baby with no hands or legs. His body was as round as a coconut. She was upset and was about to abandon him. But then the baby spoke. "Mommy, I am a real person. Please don't throw me away. Poor me." The old woman felt sorry for him and decided to bring him up. She named him Coconut Boy. "Mommy, I'm a real person. Please don't throw me away. Oh, poor me." "Sweetie, I will name you Coconut." Growing up, Coconut Boy just rolled along on the ground and was able to do nothing. The old woman felt very sad. Knowing his mother's thoughts, Coconut Boy asked his mom to allow him to work by grazing cows for the rich man's family. At first, the rich man hesitated, but then he thought, "It will save me a great deal of money as he eats very little, and the wages are low." So, he accepted the idea. To his surprise, Coconut Boy did a very good job. All of the cows looked plump and healthy. The rich man was really happy about that. "Sir, I have done my job. Those cows have eaten their fill of good pasture."
Good job. Well done, Coconut.
At harvest time, when all of the servants were working in the fields, the rich man told his 3 daughters to take turns bringing lunch to Coconut Boy. One day, it was the turn of the youngest daughter, Daisy. As she reached the mountainside, she heard a beautiful flute. Going nearer, she saw an intelligent and young, handsome man playing the flute while the cows were grazing. But when she came even closer, everything disappeared. In front of her eyes, there was only Coconut Boy lying on the ground. But she then fell in love with Coconut Boy secretly. "Wow, he is really handsome." When the harvest finished, Coconut Boy asked his mother to go and ask the rich man if he could marry his daughter. His mother was astonished, but she finally agreed because he asked so insistently. The rich man smiled and shook his head when Coconut Boy's mother brought Bethel and Erica to propose marriage. He said to her,
If he wants to marry my daughter, please bring me a big bag of gold, 10 pieces of the best quality silk, 10 large pigs, and 10 big bottles of the finest wine."
"Sir, my son wants to marry your daughter. Please give your consent to the marriage."
If you want to marry my daughter, please bring me a big bag of gold, 10 pieces of the best quality silk, 10 large pigs, and 10 big bottles of the finest wine."
To his surprise, on the appointed day, Coconut Boy brought all of the wedding gifts to the rich man. The wealthy man was in such an embarrassing situation that he had to call his 3 daughters out for their advice. The 2 older sisters pouted and turned away, but the youngest one, Daisy, shyly nodded her head and agreed to the proposal. "Sir, we bring here all the things that you requested. When can the wedding party be held?"
"How could you manage to find those things so quickly?"
"His gifts are great, but he's too ugly for me. His wedding gifts are just so-so." On the wedding day, no one could see Coconut Boy anywhere. Instead, there was an intelligent and handsome man standing next to the bride. Everyone was stunned and happy for the couple, while the 2 older sisters were sad and jealous. "For better or worse, both of you should live as good husband and wife, love, honor, and cherish each other for the rest of your life." "Yes, Mom, we will always remember that." "It's unbelievable. Such a good luck." After the great wedding, Coconut Boy's family lived happily. As Coconut Boy was intelligent and hardworking, he won first place in the court's examination and was sent to a foreign country as the Queen's ambassador. Before leaving, he gave his wife some strange gifts: a firestone, a knife, and 2 chicken eggs to defend herself. "Honey, please take care of yourself and Mom. These things may be useful for you in some cases. I will be back soon." "Goodbye, darling. You take care of yourself, too."
"Sir, it's now time to go."
Still jealous, the 2 older sisters of Daisy planned to hurt her and then become Coconut's wives. One day, they asked Daisy to go out rowing and drew up a plan to damage her boat. They hid the oars and hoped Daisy would become lost at sea and drown. But a huge whale passed by and swallowed up Daisy's boat. "Help me! Is there anybody there? Help me, please!" Daisy remembered her husband's gifts and used the knife to slit the whale's stomach and escape. She then cut up some of the meat, dried it, and saved it in her bag. Stranded on an island, she rubbed the knife against the stone to make a fire. She used the fire to stay warm and to cook. The 2 eggs hatched and grew into a hen and rooster, keeping her company. One day, the boat of a mandarin passed by the island, and the rooster loudly said, "Cuckoo! Is that the mandarin's boat coming to pick up my mistress?" The mandarin was Coconut Boy. He came ashore and was very surprised to find his wife there. They were so happy to see each other again. "Do you know where the master is? Our mistress is waiting for him." "Don't worry, he will find us very soon." Returning home, the mandarin told his wife to stay inside the room, and he gave a party outside. The 2 older sisters of Daisy rejoiced inwardly and tried to outdo one another in telling how Daisy had an accident. They pretended to feel sorry for her. The mandarin said nothing. Only when the party came to an end did he tell Daisy to come out. The 2 older sisters of Daisy were so ashamed when they saw Daisy alive that they left without a word and never came back. The mandarin and his wife lived happily ever after. Hey kids, this story is over now. Have you learned a lesson? It is that you should not bully who are less fortunate than yourself, especially if they have any disabilities. Many people with disabilities possess great determination and a will to succeed. Many go on to become successful people. Do you know any? Tell your friends and your parents about them and how they can overcome their obstacles. Goodbye. See you soon. Mom, we are home. Mom, Dad, we came back now. Glad to see you again.
Good. You did a good job, son-in-law.
Oh, dear. We are too happy to see you back. Thanks God that you both are still fine.